a beast or soft? LeBron James.
In my era, he probably would have done good because with his physical stature, with him being a little bit bigger than a majority of the rest. So he probably would have held his own, but I don't think he would have been as successful as he is now. Like now is, man, you know what I mean? Like he's doing it. Young boy doing it. You know what I mean? So, but it was a whole different era back then, bro.
So, beast or soft?
Rasheed Wallace just said out loud what many people have been quietly thinking about LeBron James. And now, the basketball world is going crazy over his comments. The NBA champion made waves during a viral interview by taking a direct shot at LeBron's legacy, arguing that he may never receive the same level of respect that Michael Jordan earned. But here's where things get even more interesting. LeBron hasn't responded at all. That silence has only fueled the debate. So now everyone is asking the same question. Is Rasheed Wallace exposing an uncomfortable truth that people have been too afraid to say? Or is this simply an old-school NBA legend taking a shot at the game's modern superstar?
And Will. That's my big team.
How you would say LeBron and Mike?
We'll dust y'all right the fuck off. We'll dust y'all off. My top five would dust your top. Who's your top five favorite players?
Who's your top? Who would you say? Who's your top five?
Okay.
Who would you match against that team right there? I said.
Nobody expected Rasheed Wallace to take the conversation this far. The four-time All-Star appeared in what seemed like a relaxed discussion about his career and how the NBA has evolved over the years. But the conversation eventually moved toward greatness, legacy, and then directly to LeBron James. That's when the entire tone changed. Wallace went from calm and reflective to noticeably more intense. He made his position crystal clear, arguing that LeBron can't earn the same level of respect that Michael Jordan received. And Wallace didn't stop there. According to him, scoring more points and breaking countless records doesn't automatically earn someone the highest level of respect. Greatness, in his view, isn't simply about collecting numbers, building a talented roster, or finding the perfect situation. It's about how a player performs when the pressure is at its highest and everything starts working against them.
We got Mike
Dog, who's better than Kareem?
Mike.
How? Why?
LeBron.
What makes them better than Kareem?
Tell him.
Think about what Wallace was actually saying here. He wasn't claiming LeBron lacks greatness, and he certainly wasn't denying his incredible talent. His argument was much more serious than that. Wallace was questioning whether LeBron earned respect in the same way Michael Jordan did. That criticism goes beyond statistics because it challenges the foundation of the entire legacy debate. Then Wallace took it another step further. He portrayed Jordan as someone who entered Chicago with a mindset of turning the franchise into a winner, without relying on shortcuts or waiting for the perfect situation to appear. His point was that Jordan didn't simply search for the ideal roster or build a championship situation around himself. Instead, he helped transform the situation he was given into something successful. The atmosphere reportedly became tense, because this wasn't simply another debate about numbers. Wallace was challenging one of the biggest arguments surrounding LeBron's career: the role of team building, free agency, and the super team era. He brought up the idea that forming stacked rosters can make championships look different from the old-school approach of fighting through adversity with one core group. For Wallace, that distinction matters when discussing legacy and respect. And remember who is making this argument. Rasheed Wallace has never been known as someone who carefully chooses his words just to avoid controversy. He was a four-time All-Star, an NBA champion, and one of the most outspoken personalities of his era. His history of technical fouls and ejections only adds to that reputation. Wallace has always been willing to speak his mind, regardless of who might disagree.
Somehow, some way, a GOAT changes the game, changes the rules. Like this motherfucker's dominating so much. We gotta change the rules up on this shit. I don't know if you can be in that GOAT debate and you're still playing. I still think right now KD is the best player in the league. I can't put him in GOAT status yet because he's still playing. And the same thing with Bron. The GOAT is more than just your basketball play. It's the charisma of that player, of that individual. I'm giving back to the community. I'm helping changing lives. GOAT status is more than just basketball.
Rasheed Wallace has never been the type to hold back, so when he speaks about greatness and respect, people pay attention. He competed against Michael Jordan during Jordan's era and later faced LeBron James in the 2000s, giving him a rare perspective on both generations. That's why his comments carry more weight for some fans. This isn't simply nostalgia or someone romanticizing the past. Wallace experienced both eras firsthand, and he believes that experience gives him a unique view of the greatness debate. Once the clip went viral, social media exploded. LeBron supporters dismissed Wallace's comments, arguing that he was bitter or simply stuck in an older era. Meanwhile, fans who watched Jordan's career unfold agreed with Wallace and claimed he finally said something many people had been unwilling to say publicly. But the most important part of Wallace's argument is that he never tried to discredit LeBron's statistics. He wasn't arguing against MVPs, scoring records, or career numbers. His criticism focused on something much deeper: the journey behind the greatness. In Wallace's view, the debate isn't only about where a player eventually finishes, it's about how they overcame obstacles and built that legacy along the way. And that's exactly why his comments have sparked such a heated debate.
In my opinion, Mike wasn't all that good of a defender.
Mike who?
Jordan.
Defensive player of the year.
All that was
10 times. I think it was 10 all defensive teams. That Michael Jordan.
All that's you know what all that is, dog.
What is it?
You know what all that is. Not all that's NBA shit. Yeah, we like Mike. We gonna put him up there. Da 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 da. I'm talking about being out there. I seen this motherfucker get his ass bust where he couldn't stop a motherfucker. Yes, Mike fouled too, but no, they not gonna call the shit because the rest want to eat his dick all day. Oh no, I'm not gonna call that on Mike. But down the other end, oh, you fouled Mike. Yeah, Mike. Hey, Mike, my guy, go to the line, shoot. No, I seen Mike get his ass ate up before. Oh, against J.R. Ryder. Probably against Clyde Drexler. Shit, don't forget the early Joe Dumars. You know what I'm saying? It was again, it's part of the game. Right?
Wallace made his argument very straightforward. In his view, when Michael Jordan lost, he didn't look for a way out. He didn't blame the roster or decide that another team would give him a better chance. Instead, Jordan looked at himself and focused on becoming better. According to Wallace, that mindset eventually transformed Jordan. He came back more determined, more aggressive, and more focused. After years of battling Detroit, Jordan finally broke through and went on to defeat some of the greatest players of his generation, including Charles Barkley and Karl Malone. To Wallace, those championships were earned through adversity. Nothing was guaranteed, and every victory had to be fought for. Then he made the comparison that sent social media into overdrive. Wallace pointed to what happened after LeBron's first NBA Finals defeat. Rather than continuing with Cleveland, LeBron eventually made the decision to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. Nobody can deny that LeBron won championships in Miami. But Wallace's argument is that those titles carry a different meaning because of how the team was constructed. From his perspective, LeBron chose to overpower the competition by surrounding himself with elite talent instead of continuing to fight through the same obstacles. Wallace's larger point was that true legends are created when there is no easy escape route. Greatness, in his view, is revealed when the pressure is overwhelming, the odds are against you, and there is nowhere else to hide. That's where Wallace believes LeBron's career differs from Jordan's. He argues that whenever major adversity appeared, there seemed to be another option available, a different team, a different roster, or another path forward. Critics often point to LeBron's career moves as evidence of that pattern. Cleveland's first run ended without a championship, leading to Miami. After Miami, he returned to Cleveland with a stronger roster and eventually delivered a championship. Later, he moved to Los Angeles and won another title there. Wallace sees those moves differently from LeBron's supporters. In his view, the issue isn't whether LeBron was talented, his talent is undeniable. The question is whether he consistently chose the most difficult path when adversity arrived. Wallace also suggested that he isn't the only former player who feels this way. According to him, plenty of players from the 1990s and early 2000s share similar opinions but avoid saying them publicly because of the backlash that can follow. Wallace, however, has never been known for worrying about that. If he believes something, he says it. And that's what makes his argument so controversial. He isn't denying LeBron's achievements. He's challenging the way those achievements should be interpreted when discussing all-time greatness. But then something unusual happened. Normally, criticism of LeBron at this level quickly creates a response. Analysts debated, fans react, and social media fills with arguments. Yet this time, there was no immediate response from LeBron himself. No public statement. No social media reaction. Nothing. And that silence only made the entire debate even more interesting. No inspirational quotes. No public statement. Just silence. And that silence has become part of the story. According to the reaction surrounding the controversy, Wallace's comments appear to have struck a nerve because this wasn't criticism coming from an unknown voice. Wallace is a respected NBA champion and former All-Star who competed during one of the league's toughest eras. As the clip continued spreading across social media, fans began dissecting every little detail. Some claimed LeBron had quietly distanced himself from accounts repeatedly sharing the Wallace interview. Whether that was connected to the controversy or simply unrelated social media activity, fans immediately interpreted it as a possible reaction. That only fueled the speculation. Is LeBron choosing not to respond because he believes answering Wallace would give the controversy even more attention? Or could he eventually respond in a way that completely changes the conversation? Meanwhile, the pressure keeps growing. Fans are demanding an answer, sports shows are debating Wallace's comments, and even some of LeBron's supporters are being forced to confront questions they normally avoid. At this point, the silence itself has become the headline. And the bigger problem for LeBron is that Wallace's criticism isn't really about statistics. You can't simply respond with scoring averages, championships, MVPs, or career records because Wallace is arguing about something statistics can't measure. He's questioning the journey behind the achievements. Take a step back, and this becomes bigger than LeBron versus Michael Jordan. It represents two completely different ideas of what greatness should look like. The old-school philosophy Wallace is defending says greatness is created through adversity, loyalty, sacrifice, fixing problems instead of escaping them, and proving your doubters wrong. Players like Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Dirk Nowitzki are often held up as examples of that mentality. The modern philosophy takes a different approach. It emphasizes control, efficiency, player empowerment, and putting yourself in the strongest possible position to succeed. If a situation isn't working, change it. If the roster isn't good enough, find a better one. Don't waste your prime waiting for everything to magically fall into place. LeBron helped push that philosophy into the mainstream, and today player empowerment and career control are normal parts of the NBA. Even Wallace's argument doesn't necessarily mean one philosophy is automatically right and the other is completely wrong. But there is one distinction he continues to emphasize: respect. In Wallace's view, respect isn't something you receive simply because you have incredible talent or impressive accomplishments. It has to be earned through the difficult moments. You have to endure the setbacks, survive the pressure, and fight through the ugly parts of the journey. To Wallace, there's a difference between overcoming adversity and strategically creating the ideal conditions for success. And now the conversation is getting bigger. Other former players are beginning to weigh in, with some agreeing with Wallace and saying he finally had the courage to voice an opinion that many people have privately held for years.